Senate File 2187. I am Representative Golding. This is Representative Meyer, and Representative Cooling will be joining us soon, I hope. If you're here to address this, we'll start on this side. Tell us who you're representing and what your issue is.
So, good morning. Representative Presents. I represent the Iowa Migrant Movement for Justice. Erica Johnson is here with us, and she's going to speak to the bill as we're opposed. Thank you. Morning.
Morning.
I'm Erica Johnson. As Teresa said, I am the executive director of a local organization. We serve immigrants across the state, immigrants and refugees, providing immigration legal services and doing advocacy to create a more welcoming, inclusive Iowa. And as Teresa said, we are opposed to the bill. And just really briefly, we believe that the bill does nothing to improve road safety, prevent fraud, or verify a person's immigration status. The bill is a tool to expand a false narrative about supposed voter fraud by non-citizens in Iowa in order to undermine Iowans' confidence in our elections.
Connie Ryan, I'm the executive director and lobbyist for Interfaith Alliance of Iowa Action Fund, and we're registered opposed to the legislation also for all the same reasons that Erica mentioned, particularly that it is not going to make our roads safe. But also, I just am confused a little bit by the legislation, and if you're able to clarify. It says, a couple lines down, each person who applies for issuance or renewal of a driver's license or non-operator's identification card and who does not provide proof, and it goes on. So I read that as saying that every single time that I go to get a license, I have to provide proof, and that you're going to run me through the SAVE app or whatever it is, application. And that seems like redundant and unnecessary that we do that every single time. Once you prove somebody's a citizen, they don't become an uncitizen, right? And so I don't understand why we do that every single time somebody is going to get a license or a renewal of the license. And I feel like that's really burdensome also on the state. The last time I got a license, I did the real ID, and I had to provide all of the information to the federal government. It seems to me that that is sufficient. But mostly we're concerned about the idea that we are just, once again, talking about immigrants in a negative way. And we believe that they should have access once they become citizens. And so I think this bill is unnecessary, and it's harmful to the narrative of people who are living and working in Iowa.
Hi, my name is Susan Fenton. I'm with the Iowa DOT. I sent you an email last night. This is a verification for non-U.S. citizens. That's the SAVE program. We currently use SAVE, and so also I wanted to bring to your attention that people were grandfathered in before you had to get a real ID. And we believe this will eliminate that, so people that don't have a real ID that were grandfathered in and are U.S. citizens would have to provide some proof. And I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Also, we respectfully request a delayed implementation date of March 1, 2027, because we are we are installing a new record system, and we will need a little time to get this programmed in. Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah,
I have a question, Susan. So why were people grandfathered in with the Real ID program? Does that mean they can fly without a Real ID?
No.
Oh, okay.
So the reason they were grandfathered in, and this was many years ago, is that people just didn't want to do this. They didn't want to get a real ID, and so most of them, as I put in the email, are older, and so they probably thought, I'm not going to fly, so why do I need this?
We have personal experience with that. My husband does not have a real ID and he brings his passport whenever we fly. I have a real ID, so I don't need to do that. So, perhaps, Susan, you could address the question about if this would run somebody through the system every single time, or if once they have already been through, would that just be adequate?
Um, the way we read this would be for non-citizens
Right.
who do not have a real ID. If you have a real ID, you're a US citizen, you do not have to go through that system again.
Okay. And I have another question. I've had 9 foreign exchange students. Every single one of them has gotten a driver's license when they were here. Do we have identifying, and I know, I looked at their driver's licenses. The last student we had was in 2012. His license looked just like everybody else's. There was no way when you looked at his driver's license that you knew he was a Serbian citizen. So do we have any identifying notes or indication on our driver's license now that indicates non-citizen but authorized?
There is a, and I'm gonna have to look at the license plate and the driver's license and I'll email it to you. It has at the top something that's like not US citizen, I think.
So there is some indication on the license, because it was not on Phillips. There was nothing. You
Yeah.
could not tell. And none of my students, you looked at their driver's license, you had no idea. It was a standard Iowa driver's license.
Yeah, let me double check on that because I've seen it where it's at the top of the driver's license.
Okay.
And so, yeah, they were here legally though.
Oh, yeah, they were
correct?
here
Yeah.
legally. They were students. And everything was completely legal. There was just no indication on the driver's license that they were a non-citizen.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign. I think that it is important to have that identification, especially when you are presenting. I don't think this bill is really about road safety. We definitely have some bills out there that do address English proficiency and road safety. This is more about identification as a citizen. I am going to sign. I do want to get the answer to that question. If those licenses that are have a discriminating mark. Thanks.
Representative Cooling?
Yes, thank you very much.
Representative Cooling joined us late, but here he is.
I'm here. Sorry about my delay. Yeah. If you guys are going to move it on, that's all it will take.
Do you have any comments?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are you willing to do the amendment to
The
delay?
delay.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We will do, so it will be pending amendment. I will put pending.
Yep.
So yes, Susan, we will do that. Thank you. Thank you very much.